Hello everyone. I need to record this because Emil advised me to record my testimony to what happened to me starting from the beginning. My name is Susanna Gonzalez, Susanagongazalez. I am 32 going on 33 years old. I'll be 33 in June. And I this is how the story began. I started an extra space storage in N. McQuestion Parkway, Mount Vernon, New York, 10550. I think it was 10550. I had my stuff in a storage unit for a few days, maybe 2 or 3, a little bit less than a week, more or less. Then one day, I decided that I was just gonna go. I was gonna go to Arizona to be with my sister with multiple sclerosis. She has multiple sclerosis, and I want to go there to help her, take care of her, whatever she needs. And also, I didn't want to be homeless in New York. So I asked her if I could live with her. She said, "Of course. I already told you." Sorry, Mr. Mayor. So I decided to ask Extra Space Storage when they opened if they were able to help me to transport my stuff from state to state, like from New York to Arizona. They said they're sorry they couldn't do it. A woman said. However, she gave me a number. Referred me to a moving company called Angel Mover. I called Angel Mover the same day, and they said okay, they can do it from New York to Arizona for 4,000. And since I am not a person that really moves, and I trusted Extra Space Storage, and they're a company, I assumed a well-known company, I trusted them to send me to legitimate professional movers. Angel Mover, the next day, an hour before they were supposed to come pick me up, which was noon, so they called me at 11 a.m. through a private number. A woman told me that the woman from Angel Mover canceled, but she had a number to another woman named Martha that would do it. So I said okay, assuming that the price was going to be the same, 4K, right? A man and a woman or something, or a woman is a woman. I called them, and I also called Noah's Ark, and they said it would be 1,900 and something to bring my stuff, but not to transport me. They were like, I asked them if I could tag along with my stuff, and they were like, no, 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 you have to fly with your stuff. We can't allow that. I would have saved so much money. I started with 10K, and now I only have a slightly less than 1K to my name because they robbed me dry. They made me pay for that Penske rental truck rental, whatever. They were using my personal money to. Okay, let me just continue the story. So they said they could do it, and I called them, and they came to me. I didn't ask the price. I don't know if I asked the price. I was sleep deprived, so there's some things that I'm not sure about. I'm not sure if I asked them the price on the phone before they arrived to me, or if I asked them when they were already to me. But I was waiting for them, and they said they would come through the same day, I think. Did they? Yeah, I think I was waiting for them the same day or something. Or no. They made me wait an extra day. Because he was working all day, so he needed to get some rest. I didn't get any rest. I got maybe 2 or 3 hours of sleep before I got out and went at 7 in the morning to the storage unit to wait for them. And when they arrived, before they parked into Extra Space Storage, I noticed a truck that was moving very slowly, white truck with graffiti on it. And I felt this turning feeling like in the pit of my stomach, like I felt sick automatically upon seeing it because I knew that was for me. I don't know what it was, but I knew it was for me. And just the way that they were slowly, they were getting ready to park somewhere, so of course that was for me. And when they finally came up, I saw them. The woman had these eyes where she had like her eyes were always stretched very wide open. It looked like her eyeballs were like daggers out of her head, like daggering out of her head or something sticking out, popping out kind of. And every time she would look at me, I would feel so uncomfortable and scared because it looked like she wanted to kill me or something. Or she was scary. She scared me upon sight of her. I didn't know what it was. Her eyes didn't feel right. Okay, my sister's ready to chat, but I'm gonna chat with her soon. Let's see. So let me just. Oops. Recording my confession so I can put it on YouTube and maybe tell show the police and Penske people whenever they arrive. Sorry about this. She's in Missouri, so she's gonna arrive here very shortly. I'm happy. Not very shortly, but a bunch of hours, like 15 hours or something. Anyway, they wanted to see this stuff because I asked them how much it is, and they weren't really telling me. I think it said 6,000. They might have said 6,000 on the phone. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe no, they said 6,000 when they were in front of my storage unit and they were looking at all my stuff. And I backed up and I said, "All right, I guess I could do that." And they started taking my stuff out really fast, without the truck, without the hand truck. And the way that they handled my laptop, she allowed it to fall plenty of times, and I felt completely disrespected. My personal possessions were being handled improperly and violently. I felt like she didn't care about my laptop. Neither did he. So they took my stuff, they put it into the truck, and then they were looking for either a U-Haul or Penske place to rent a van. They couldn't rent a van because they wanted to drive and park the van in another Penske location, but they couldn't take the van, so they tried U-Haul. U-Haul was the same, and then they went back to Penske because it was slightly cheaper, and I had to use a truck. So the truck, let's see. Then it was too late to go to pick up a truck, so I was asking them, if I could go back to my ex's and stay over there to sleep and then wake up and travel. She didn't want me to do that. Like, she wanted me to sleep in her apartment because it was easier. It would be easier to move my stuff from the truck into the rental truck, from their own graffiti stained truck to rental truck. Get this, I was so sleep deprived and I was in the dream state. They gave me a card and it's a cleaning company. And I just went along with it because I'm like, maybe they're also a moving company, and I was naive and I was had. They put my stuff, after she allowed me to stay in her apartment in the morning. I only had 3 hours of sleep that night, and they rushed me out. I went, drove her husband drove us to a location and stopped like by the truck, the shitty truck, I guess, to wait for the dude, um, the male driver, because she had um, an expired license or something, and so did he or something. But he was the only one that was gonna drive, and he finally came like 20, 30 minutes later. He came, even though he said it was gonna take 15 minutes, and then let's see. We were waiting there. She has asthma, so I couldn't smoke in the car. And okay, I forgot about this part. This part is very important. When I was asking them for their names, because my mom asked me to ask them their names, she gave me her first and middle name and acted as if it was her first and last name. So she gave me Martha Guzman, and it says in the paper that her real name is Martha Guzman Martinez. She also gave me a false last name for him. She said William August, and his name is actually William Agosto. So she made me feel like they were American or something, to be trusted, and now that it really made me feel like they were illegal immigrants, considering the fact that they barely knew English and they were speaking mostly Spanish. And okay, so he came after he arrived, started driving around, and I let's see. He was saying hey to everybody because apparently he's like famous in the Bronx or something. Everybody knows him in the Bronx. So I'm so tired and I'm sleep deprived. I only have 3 hours of sleep. So I'm sorry if I'm talking like this and it's ridiculous and you can hardly understand me. God. So there was a person that he stopped by. He was like telling everybody that he was going to Arizona. This one person that he said he was going to Arizona. He told he was going to Arizona. That person gave him the idea that he should boost it up. Like he was like, you're going to request 7K from her, right? Basically in his own words. And he was like, yeah. So 6K became 7K out of nowhere, just a few blocks away, in front of a deli grocery where he got himself a Newport. And they had me go inside my truck and get the money out. Now he walked away when he opened the truck and left it open for me to look for my money and pull it out and give it to them out there in the street, 3K or 3.5K. And I was actually prepared to give them 7K split each. So 3.5K for each individual, because I am naive and was taken for a sucker because it's the first time that I tried moving and I had no idea what I was doing, and they took advantage of the fact that I didn't know what I was doing. So when I was in the back looking for the money, he walked away for a moment, but then he came back for a moment to check me out. I think that he was trying to see where I was holding my money, and then he walked away again because I looked back and was like, what the fuck are you looking at, kind of look. And I got the money out, and I noticed that the 7K, giving that 7K to them meant that I was only going to be left with $200 to my name, because I spent $2,700 and something on this Penske rental truck that they had me pay out of my own pocket. They were supposed to use only 3K. Okay, so I explained to them that if I gave them 7K, I would only be left with 200, and I wouldn't be comfortable enough to purchase things in Arizona when I get there. And he felt kind of bad. And I was also saying, you know what? This is very expensive, and I could have saved my money going to Noah's Ark. So please actually send me back, put my stuff back in the extra space storage, and I'm gonna call Noah's Ark. Sorry for all this. And he had a sad face. He opened the door on the side of her. He was driver, so she was on the other side, and made a frown, and like nod his head, telling her that no, sorry, we're not doing this. It's done. She started speaking in Spanish, like da, 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 da. She started saying something really quick, and he told me, okay, 6K, and I stood there like, okay, at least I have 1K to my name, so I can take care of myself when I get to Arizona. I gave them both 3K separately. They drove around to put the money into their accounts immediately as possible, and the rest of the money, the 1,200, 1.2K that I had left, they began to use my own personal money to get through the trip. So they have robbed me. The police said it. That's also in the story. This is a very long story. After that, um, drove to his place to get a sweater. Drove to her apartment to get a plastic thing because before she got the plastic stool, which is holding the microwave right there. You see that microwave right there? You see it? I don't know if you see it. Where is it? Where is it? It's right there. You see that microwave? And you see the little white stool underneath it? They had that between both seats with one pillow and a pillow, elongated pillow to hold my back up, and some weird black round pillow. I don't know why. I was sitting in the middle like a dog. Um, I'm bony, so my bones were starting to touch the plastic at a point, going right through the pillow, and I was in pain. I was suffering. Before that, before she brought that stool, she was pushing me against, I was squeezed between the door and her ass. So I was in pain throughout the entire time. She went into her apartment and got the stool, got the pillows, and that's where we started to head. Also food and stuff. And she said, "Oh, she can sit in the middle because she's skinny." I felt like a dog sitting in the middle, and the way that they were handling my stuff, he let my laptop drop onto my scooter, like the edge of the scooter. It was like laying down sideways, and he just let it drop. They never gave us a shit about my stuff, and I said, actually, put it back there. So he took it and he let it drop. He just dropped it onto the rest of my stuff. And I didn't say a word because I'm too nice, and I was being a pushover the entire time. And I was sleep deprived. I was in a dream state. So, did that. And, okay, I skipped a lot. They drove to the Penske station finally in the morning after the entire thing. They drove to Mount Vernon Penske station, and I have the name of the person that works there and her phone number if you want to contact her. She felt weird about the people once they arrived because I saw her face and she gave them a nasty look, and she knew off the bat that there was something off with them. She said twice, I would take this money, but like it goes to the company. It's too bad that I can't take it. It goes straight to the company. She said it twice, and she felt something weird about them. After hearing this whole story, she regrets not taking me to the site and asking who these people are, if they're associated with me, if I trust them. She didn't like the van. I mean, the truck that they had graffiti all over it, and she felt sketched out about it. Sketchy as fuck. And they rented the truck. They put my stuff into the truck, and that's they had me pay this 2,700 something, 4,100, I think. We were now headed after her apartment and getting the stool for me. We were now headed to Arizona or Ohio because that's where I am right now. Sorry for saying so much. I'm very tired, and I'm waiting for these people to pick up the Penske truck. It's still out there, and that's a danger to my life at this current point in time. I'm gonna explain why. You're hearing the story, so you're gonna understand as I go along. As we were driving, I noticed that she was using a tablet. They were complaining, "Oh, this is a mission. This is gonna take forever." Kept on talking in Spanish, laughing and talking about me, I guess, because I was recording some of the road trip, and I didn't edit the video. I put it on YouTube, so I didn't edit the video, and I my sister heard, she saw the video a little bit, and she said that they were talking shit about me. They were talking shit, and I need to learn Spanish, so she's gonna teach me Spanish when I get to Arizona. She's coming to pick me up. She's in Missouri, and they were very close. Thank God. So keep on going down the trip. I paid $60 the first time out of my pocket for gas. Second time out of my pocket again for gas. And then at a certain point, she was starting to get tired. They were starting to get really cranky and starting to realize how long this trip was, and they were getting mad at me or something. I was very intimidated by her. She was scaring me the entire time. And I wanted to turn back once they wanted to take 7K from me. I wanted to stop this process, but they didn't allow me to. And I felt like I had to keep on going. He was ready to stop, to be like, all right, she wants to go back, but she wasn't. The woman, the boss, even though I hired them, so I was actually the boss, she was the boss, and she was just sitting there complaining, playing with her tablet. She was just having a free ride, and they took 3K from me both, and she just came for the money. So the thing is that it began with extra space storage, so I don't know if it was a setup done purposefully. I think it might have been by accident, but how many people have they referred this company to, Angel Mover, and how many times has Angel Mover canceled on a person and referred them to these people? And what were these people about, truly? If they were robbing me, if the first moment that they spoke to me and me asking them their names, they gave me false names, American names, and they didn't know enough English. Okay, let's keep on going with the story. They would stop by places, and here and then he would smoke a cigarette, and every time he would need gas or something, they would ask me to get my money out, even though the 3K was only supposed to be 3K, not 3K for both of them. So it became 6K, actually 8K, and I started out with 10K. And now I have 900 something or less in paper cash. And my debit card has probably a little bit less than 200 now. Um, At a certain point, as I was changing my mind and I wanted to go back, I noticed that she was complaining and talking about where we're going to sleep. I was ready to sleep in the truck in the back because there's so much space. But she was like sounding like she wanted a hotel, and I already knew what was going to happen. They were going to ask me for the money for the hotel and suck me drier and drier and drier. And after a point, I was in so much pain. I was suffering, and I had it. I snapped, and I asked them, "Why is she here?" I gave her 3,000 to drive. Um, why is she just playing with the tablet and sitting and complaining about the trip? Why is she here? Are you guys gonna switch? Take turns driving? That wasn't her intention. She was very upset that I said that. And she was like, yeah. They're both like, yeah. I called my sister, called my mom, or I called my sister and I called my ex because I know that they would help me and his mom would also help me in this situation. I was telling them that I wanted to, is it possible to change my mind and go back, and I'll pay you for the gas and whatever you needed to go back, just give me my money back. No negotiation, nothing. They said, no, sorry, you can't do that. At a point, I was in pain and they were still talking shit about me, and I started yelling. It started getting a little harder on them. And that's when I asked, why is she here? Why did I give her 3K for nothing? She's over here complaining and playing with the tablet. So I asked them if they're going to switch seats. That's when I asked them. And then I felt really funny about that because she only had a permit. That's what her husband said to me, that she got a permit or something. And after that, I felt like she was going to drive us over a curb because she didn't have a license or something. That's what I was told by her husband. Apparently her husband doesn't know her well enough because it was an expired license or something weird like that. Invalid or something weird. Um, and after that, I was basically yelling, I want to turn back. I changed my mind, and I demand you to bring me back. I will pay for the gas money, whatever you need. I feel like I want to go back and have a better way. I want to find a better way of getting to Arizona. Take me back. And he said, no, can't do that. And then they started ignoring me. They got really quiet. I started yelling. I feel scared. I feel like my life is in danger. This is kidnap. You're not supposed to do this. I started calling people. I started calling my ex, and I started calling my sister, and my ex and his mother said, call 911. Tell them where you are. Tell them to stop. Call my sister. I told my sister that they were sucking me dry and they were about to buy a hotel through me, and they had 3K, both of them separately. 3K, 6K, my money. And I already paid 8K for this. And they were sucking me dry, taking every little bit that they could from me because they saw me like I was a ticket, their money, their ticket to fucking a lottery ticket. They saw me like a lottery ticket. It was also a mistake that I told them that I was a YouTuber, so they really saw me like I was someone that had money. But that they literally took all my life savings, so I have nothing now, basically, and I have only enough to like feed myself and to keep on going a little bit while my sister takes 15 more hours to arrive because she's in Missouri. Um, at that point, I wasn't afraid to look at her directly in the eyes because I noticed that it was all her fault that being, I was still there and I was trapped now because she wouldn't let me go. He was already prepared to let me go in the Bronx. but she wasn't. So she was the boss and she was owning me. And I hired them, and it was supposed to be me being the boss because I hired them. And they, anyway, I'm not going to repeat myself. um, my sister demanded that she go on speakerphone after she heard that they were sucking me dry. She said to the man, which one speaks English? Please let me speak to them. Put her on speaker. She told them, she told him, you're not going to use any more of her money. She gave you 3K, both of you 3K. You can use that 3K to bring her to Arizona. You're not using her money anymore. And that's when he said, okay, I realized I was being had, and this is not supposed to be like this. And I called my ex again, and his mother said to call 911. Maybe I didn't call again, but I definitely called 911. And when I did, they got very silent, and they started to go over the speed limit, over 70. Um, Considering the fact that they gave me false names, very English names, Martha Guzman, when her name is Martha Guzman Martinez. She told me that his name was William August when his name was in fact William Agosto. That's a red flag right there, and it makes them very suspicious. And the fact that they were going over the speed limit means that they were running from the police. So it makes me feel like there might have been illegal immigrants. So, called the police. They were asking me, "Where are you? Where are you?" I'm not road savvy. I am not a driver. I don't have a license, so I didn't know how to tell them where I was. I was telling them I was on the highway, and I was telling them like the signs and everything. And then I saw the phone, and I saw GPS, and I saw 80. So I told them 80, 80. That's where we were. They felt very lucky to find me. I felt the car slowing down finally, and they stopped. And they had no choice in the matter anymore. The police went, told them to get out, and told me to get out, go over there. They separated us and talked to both of us. I told them my situation, that I felt like I was being kidnapped now. They were not giving me a choice in the matter to go back, and I was requesting to go back. They took 3K from me each, put it into their bank accounts really swiftly, and they were using my personal money to get by. I told them all of this, and they were worried. What felt funny was that when they were talking to the police and them were laughing. So I felt like they were manipulating them, telling them something. After a while, one of the troopers came to me and told me, if you want, you can keep on going with them to Arizona, since you already gave them the money. It was like an unwritten agreement, but you gave them the money. And you can decide to go with them, or you can decide get a tow truck and take this Penske truck rental to a nearby hotel or some kind of hotel or something away from them, and they could go stop by somewhere. So at first I almost decided to keep on going because I gave them the money, so I might as well make the money worth it. But then my ex's mother said no, I wouldn't go with them, and that's when I followed her word and said no, I'd rather the tow truck. So after a little while, they came back to me and told me that they're going to leave them at a Taco Bell, even though the woman police officer agreed that I was being kidnapped and I was robbed. They still let them go into a Taco Bell, and I found out that they were in a Taco Bell. I think I didn't. Okay, I don't think I found out that they were in Taco Bell until the tow truck driver called the police and asked them where they were located, in what hotel or what. So the police told him that they were in a Taco Bell because that's what they asked to get dropped off at a Taco Bell. They're New Yorkers. They came from the Bronx. How are they supposed to travel back and fly? Are there any taxis in Ohio? I don't know. I don't think there are. I think it's a city thing, isn't it? Um, And while he was driving, um, he told me that they're in a Taco Bell, and we started to actually arrive, like circling a Taco Bell. And he's like, it could be this one, who knows? And I looked through the window, and surely enough, they were inside there. They didn't see me, that I think. He might have seen the truck. He was the one that was facing. I hope he didn't tell her. But I hope that they didn't see me pass. He brought me, kept on going, and he was trying to find a hotel for me. This dude, tow truck dude, Brian, and he finally found this location where it's $50. I was about to pay like 100 and something for a non-smoking room or whatever, and a hotel with an elevator, which would make it difficult. This is much cheaper for me, considering the fact that I was completely robbed of my life savings, and this was the best for me. And also ground level, so that when they come here, my sister and her ex come here to pick me up, it'll be easy for them to move my stuff into the truck. The problem is that the Penske truck rental that these people used is right in front of my room, and it's a target. It's fucking me. If they do pass by me and they see this, they can come in here and fuck with me because they're from the Bronx, and I'm worried about that. And that does not make me feel safe. So as long as it's here, I feel like my life is in danger, because I don't know where they are, what they're doing. All I know is that they were in Taco Bell and I saw them. And I don't know how far that Taco Bell is from May Motel. I don't think it's that far. So I'm kind of scared. They had my 3K. She was intimidating the whole time. They never gave me a choice in the matter. And I was helpless, and I was vulnerable, and I was naive. And I kind of still am naive. And I'm learning my life lessons. This is a life lesson learned, but they can't just keep my 3K. I need to get them somehow. My money needs to come back to me, because they didn't finish their job, and also that money was not meant for them. It was meant for the trip, and it wasn't supposed to be 3K for both of them. It was supposed to be 3K for one of them. She didn't need to go. I was sitting in the middle of them, and that's illegal. They left me their trash to throw out, and now I'm kind of in danger, waiting for my sister, waiting for this Penske truck rental to leave, and time is ticking. I called them at 7 something, close to 8 in the morning, and they said they're going to bring police, talk to our boss about when someone's going to come pick it up, and it's now noon. It's going to be 1 o'clock, 12:45 p.m. I don't know if that's my entire story. I think more or less it is. Everybody agrees that I was robbed and kidnapped. And they were let go of. Over here, the trooper even wanted to let them keep on taking me, considering the fact that they were speeding over they were going over the speed limit. Because I called the cops. They gave me fake names, and they basically forced me against my will to go on this journey with them this far to Ohio. They still have my money, and I'm afraid to speak to them directly because I don't want them to bother me. And I don't know if they're still here or not. I'm assuming that they flew out, but I don't know for sure. And I really do feel like my life is in danger at this point. Because they did leave them at a Taco Bell. I'm gonna look at how far the nearest Taco Bell is, and I can't wait for my sister to arrive, and I can't wait for this Penske truck to leave my site, and for Penske to contact me and help me with a little bit of a refund, considering the fact that they didn't go They didn't reach Arizona. They only reached Ohio. The trip was 2,000 something because they were going to Arizona. They are going to, well, Edna from the Mount Vernon location, Penske location, told me that they were going to help me with whatever I needed. They're going to get arrested. It's a paper trail, and it's going to be an investigation, and they are not going to be able to rent a truck, I think. A list that they're not going to be able to rent trucks anymore. They will probably get arrested, and the woman in Penske, in Mount Vernon, Edna, she told me that they would help me with getting my money back, because I believe that it's because they use their company, they use Penske, and Penske is actually professional, where they were not professional at all. These were crooks, these were thugs of the Bronx that I've been had by. And they took advantage of the fact that I was in a dream state. I was lacking of food. They mishandled my stuff to the point that I looked around in this truck right now, in like the back where all my stuff was, and like I was looking for pens, pencils, whatever might have dropped out of my bag while the cops were checking my bags. And instead of finding pens and pencils, I did find things that I collected and put into a little pile and put in my hand and showed my ex, look how they mishandled my stuff. Let me show you. Here is what I collected from inside of that van, the truck, the back of the truck. This is pieces of my luggage, and this is how harshly they mistreated my stuff. I have their business card. Their business card was a cleaning company business card, and I went along with it because I assumed that it must be a personal, private company. So I'm just gonna go with it, and also I'm in a dream state, and I've never done this before, so I'm assuming this is the way it works. And I assumed wrong. They really took advantage of me, and they mistreated me, and they were not good to me at all. It disappointed Edna from that Penske station, and it also upsets a woman in this Ohio Penske station that's 3.6 miles away from me, and I haven't heard from them in hours, and it's starting to scare me, and this van is putting my life at risk right now. If they're still around, they could potentially come and try to hurt me or mess with me, or I don't know what, but I don't feel safe. And this is my video testimony, because I need to tell my story of what happened to me. I was had starting with extra space storage, and it went from there, and I lost all my life savings from 10K down to hello? Yes. Okay. Hi. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Around what hour, or maybe like 2 or 3 hours or something? I don't know. Okay, awesome. That's actually great. Thank you so much. They know. Okay, good. Because I'm over here, I'm actually, like, my ex told me to record a testimony, a video testimony. So I'm going to edit out the dead space and show them, maybe that would help, because I definitely started from the beginning, starting with Extra Space Storage. They referred me to a moving company that referred me to a different moving company, and those were the people that robbed me and almost kidnapped me, and it was very strange. They were going over the speed limit. They gave me fake names. She gave me her first and middle name as her first and last name, and she changed his last name to an English sounding name. So they were very strange. hmm Okay, awesome. Because yes, please. Can I please have a cards from you guys? That's also what my ex tried to request or requested because he these people they were dropped off at a nearby Taco Bell, and I don't know where they went from there. I don't know if they're just hanging around. And this Penske rental truck is actually, I feel like it's putting me in danger because it's like a target. And thank you. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. Okay, you're right. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, I was. I'm like shaking to stop. I'm trying to like control myself, like calm down or whatever. Yeah, he actually wants to be a second voice just in case I forget anything for the copster. Like he knows all of this. He's been a witness to all of this, and so has my sister, my mom, his mother. A lot of people have been watching all of this happen, and I've been recording it and putting it on YouTube, and it's also documentation of everything. So I'm so glad I've been doing this. I have a lot. Thank God. Thank God. They both have 3K separate from me, that they put into their accounts as fast as they could, and then they were using my own personal money. They almost took everything. I was complaining to them that they were about to leave me with only 200, and they boosted that price from 6K to 7K because of some person that was on the street that gave them the idea to in the Bronx. It's so weird. And they decided, okay, 6K, and I'm so naive. It's like the first time that I've ever even tried to like travel out of New York City. I've been like New York my whole life, and I just wanted to run to my sister as fast as possible. And I put myself in this crazy situation where they completely robbed me, and they have 3K of mine, and it's not right. They should have at least taken one 3K, and there shouldn't have been a second person that she was just gonna sit down, play with the tablet, and complain about the trip. And they were getting very weird, agitated, and I was starting to get scared. I was starting to panic because I felt like like they were really getting mad at me for telling them to drive me to Arizona, even though I gave them 3K, and they were keeping it for themselves, not helping me on the trip this way. Yeah, it is. They weren't even real movers. They were a cleaning company. Thank God. They were a cleaning company. I don't know how Extra Space Storage actually had me. I don't know if it was by accident or on purpose, but they led me to a moving company, and that moving company canceled on me and referred me to another moving company. And those are the shady people that just came. They had like a truck with graffiti all over it, and the moment that I saw the truck, my stomach turned, and I knew that was mine. That those were the people that were gonna pick me up, and I didn't know how to say no because like they already traveled there, and I, like it's just a weird situation where I felt like helpless and I couldn't do anything, and this is what I was gonna do. I had no choice but to keep on going with them. I have broken pieces of my luggage, like because of the way that they mishandled and threw my stuff around. They let my laptop drop like 3 times, and they just like mistreated my stuff to the point that I have like broken pieces of my luggage here on my laptop, and it's really disgusting. It really is. I know, thank God. Exactly. God forbid they were really trying to run away from the cops. The cops were asking me, "Where are you?" And I was like, they were driving really fast, um, down highway, and I was like telling them, like, I see these like signs or whatever, telling them the signs I was seeing, and I think I already told you this. I'm venting. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much. Yes. I don't know. Like I might not have because I don't want her to worry or something. Okay, okay, okay. Ooh, you're right. You're definitely right about that. And I've been thinking about like something's been telling me to like let her know, talk to her, and just like chill for a second in front of there, and just really break down my situation so she can know. Yeah, something's been telling me that in my soul. Like definitely, she's a wonderful woman. I'll talk to her very soon. Actually, that sounds great. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much. I have the key with me, and both doors are locked. The latch and everything. I made sure that there's nothing on the ground inside of the truck, so it's very clean. Thank goodness. Just picked up these luggage pieces. What a relief. Okay, thank you so much. You have no idea. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, of course. Thank you so much. Mm. Okay, thank you. I'll hear you soon. Bye. Okay, they're coming soon in about an hour, a little bit less than an hour. I mean, a little bit slightly over an hour. Sorry. So that's pretty good. This was my testimony, and my name again is Susanna Gonzalez. Thank you for watching, and I appreciate it. This is very hard for me, and every time I think about it, I shake. I think my best interest is to close this curtain so that they don't look in and they don't find me or something. So I'd stay in my room locked in. There's a pink phone right there. Maybe I can call and talk to them from inside here or something. But I could just stand out there and just like hang out with the woman, smoking a cigarette or something, and just explaining my situation so they know what's going on. Um, Thank you for watching, and this is a crazy world we live in, and we have to be not naive like I was. This is crazy. Thank God my sister's coming. She's very close. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Let me think. Well. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Toodles.